That brings us to Slim. Slim's introduction to us is complemented by some prefacing information from Candy, but his real introduction comes on page 33 and deserves full examination. A tall man stood in the doorway. He held a crushed Stetson hat under his arm while he combed his long, black, damp hair straight back. Like the others, he wore blue jeans and a short denim jacket. When he had finished combing his hair, he moved into the room, and he moved with a majesty achieved only by royalty and master craftsmen. He was a jerkline skinner, the prince of the ranch, capable of driving 10, 16, even 20 mules with a single line to the leaders. He was capable of killing a fly on the wheeler's butt with a bullwhip without touching the mule. There was a gravity in his manner and a quiet so profound that all talk stopped when he spoke. His authority was so great that his word was taken on any subject, be it politics or love. This was Slim, the jerkline skinner. His hatchet face was ageless. He might have been 35 or 50. His ear heard more than was said to him, and his slow speech had overtones not of thought, but of understanding beyond thought. His hands, large and lean, were as delicate in their action as those of a temple dancer. Steinbeck does a few things to develop Slim's character in this initial description. For starters, there is the physical characterization of Slim as a tall man who leads others. It's a direct contrast to Curly and the boss, and Steinbeck compounds the physical attribute by describing Slim with the words majesty, royalty, master, prince, and authority. Slim's position on the ranch seems to come from both his position as a skilled worker — he drives the mule team and leads a team of workers — as well as his natural charisma and intellect. Steinbeck makes Slim a natural leader who has authority over all subjects, and the description of his hands matches this. They are large and lean with the implication of strength, but they are also delicate in their actions, indicating sensitivity. Slim's official position holds figurative significance. He is a jerkline skinner, which effectively means that he drives mules, work animals that are unable to breed. In this case, the work animals are a representation of the men on the ranch who listen to everything Slim says. Slim leads the men just as he drives the mules, and if we remember what George says about men who work on ranches, they have no family, the parallel makes even more sense. Slim, like the boss and Curly, does have power over the men, but he does not force it the way that they do with their spurs. Instead, his manner is friendly and welcoming. The men listen to him because of who he is. That positive description matches his speech's overtones of understanding beyond thought. Slim does not lead the men by force or coercion like the boss and Curly. He does not wear those high-heeled boots with spurs. Remember that spurs are designed to let a rider force a horse to do what he wants. Instead, Slim wears standard work boots, but he, like the boss, does wear a Stetson hat. That hat, when paired with his authority in those terms of royalty, majesty, and prince, strikes us as a type of crown designating Slim's authority on the ranch, and this is how that symbol of costuming works in the novel. Slim is not a simple character, though. He might be thoughtful and impressive, but he has that flirtatious encounter with Curly's wife. Similarly, we learn that he has drowned 4 puppies that day. Sensitive readers are often shocked by this statement, but Slim explains his reasoning. The mother couldn't feed them all. The act seems cruel and is certainly indifferent, but there is mercy in drowning them immediately rather than letting them starve slowly. Perhaps most compelling to us as readers is Slim's openness to George and Lenny traveling together. Remember that the boss is immediately suspicious of George and Lenny, but Slim sees it as a positive. He contrasts George and Lenny's relationship with the relative isolation of most of the ranch hands. Ain't many guys travel around together. Maybe everybody in the whole damn world is scared of each other. Readers can understand why men, and Lenny in particular, are scared of the world around them. The boss who can fire them, Curly who wants to fight, the drowning puppies, Curly's wife who poses unknown dangers, and Lenny's general difficulty with staying out of trouble. However, Slim does not seem to be one of those.